Hi there, my name is Derrick Gil, and I am doing question number 31 in section 1.8. So, let's get started. You are holding one of the tethers attached to the top of a giant character balloon, that which there in the diagram, in a parade. Before the start of the parade, the balloon is upright, and the bottom is floating approximately 20 feet above ground level. You're standing approximately 100 feet ahead of the balloon. See the figure. Now for our question A, it wants us to find an equation for the length of L to the tether you are holding in terms of H, the head of the balloon from top to bottom. Now then, as we can see here, it's a bit of a confusing figure. It doesn't give us a clear right triangle to work with, so we have to make one of our own. So, if we are looking for L in terms of H, basically we're going to need to somehow create a triangle using these two terms. So, one way we can do that is if we look on this side, because if you see, we already have L, that's one line we have done. We have this angle here, we just need to create a right triangle right there. So, what we're going to do is we're going to take 20, because the bottom of the balloon is 20 feet from the ground, and we'll add that to H. But we're going to subtract 3 from it, because you see here, theta starts 3 feet off the ground. So that means that we've got a triangle. So I will write down here, our triangle is going to be right about like so. Up, over, and across. And so this angle is going to be, this is going to be our theta. And so this will be L. This is going to be 100 feet. As we saw in the diagram, 100 feet between us and the balloon. And then this is going to be H plus 17. Because, again, as we saw here, H is the top of the balloon all the way to the bottom of the balloon. Then we add 20. Then we subtract 3 because it's 3 feet off the ground is right where we're holding it. So now we're going to find L. And so that's going to be pretty easy. We're just going to use Pythagorean's theorem. So that's a squared plus b squared equals the hypotenuse squared. So let's see here. We've got h plus 17 squared. I'll put those in brackets. Plus 100 squared equals L squared. Now, we're going to go ahead and FOIL that. So, that gives us h squared plus 17h plus 17h plus 17 times 17. And so let's see what 17 times 17 is real quick. Go here to our calculator. Gotta turn it on first, of course. 17 times 17, 289. So, I'll write that down here, 289. So, that gives us this here, h squared plus 17 plus 17, that would be 34. 34h plus 289. Then you add 100 squared, which is right here at 10,000. That's right. Alright, so essentially, and then that all equals L squared, as we said up above. So what that means is we're going to go ahead and put all of that under a square root. So square root, whoop, broke my lead, square root of h squared plus 34h plus 10,289 equals L. And then that is, as it says, L in terms of H. Now, we're going to go all the way up to the top for question B. Find the equation for the angle of elevation, theta, from U to the top of the balloon. So, basically, we just got to write theta using our circle here. We got to write theta of, we just got to figure out an equation to find theta. So, this is going to be pretty easy with our arc cosine because we've got this here, we've got L, not going to be a big problem. So for B, I'll write B here. All we have to do is do arc cosine of, what would it be, 100 over L, that's right. So this is basically the opposite of a cosine. This will give us the angle. As opposed to normally, with the normal cosine, not arc, we would just put in cosine of theta would equal 100 over L. Our cosine does the opposite, so it's important to remember the difference. Underline that because it's important. And we're about to see the difference in part C. So part C is simple. It just says the angle of elevation to the top of the balloon is 35 degrees. Find the height h of the balloon. So I will go ahead and we will rewrite our triangle. Make it easier for this. That there. So this is going to be 35 instead of theta. L h plus 17, 100. So now we're just going to use, I think we're going to use tangent for this one. Yeah, tangent sounds right. Tangent is the opposite side over the hypotenuse. So tangent is opposite hypotenuse. So tangent of 35 is going to equal, let's figure out what that equals real quick. Let's use our calculator. So let's see here. Tangent 35. And make sure you are working in degrees because the question was in degrees. So tangent equals that, right? So tangent equals, it was about 0.70. I'm going to leave that on the calculator though. So that means 0.70 is equal to our opposite over adjacent. So that means that is equal to h plus 17 over 100. So this is what we have to work with essentially. That right there. So another good way to work this out is simply multiply simply multiply 0.7 by 100. So we do that and we get, well, let's do it on the calculator. It'll be more accurate. So that times 100 is going to equal 70.02. And so then that means 70.02 equals h plus 17, which also means we just take 70.02 minus 17 from it, and that gives us our answer. So let's see, it's 53.02 mile, or 53.02 feet. 53.02 feet. And that's how you do it. Thank you.